It's time once again to celebrate Robbinsdale on CCX Media. Welcome to the 2017 Robbinsdale Whiz Bang Days Parade, rolling right down West Broadway here in Robbinsdale. I'm Dave Kaiser. Thanks for joining us. And with me, a very familiar face to the city of Robbinsdale, former Mayor Mike Holtz. Thanks for joining us once again.
My pleasure.
This is turning into regular occurrence, and we'd love to have you here with all your knowledge of the city.
It's a great celebration, and I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Fantastic. I know you've already been out to a few activities, so tell us about your Whiz Bang Days so far.
Well, I've tried to make quite a few, and I was pleased how well they were attended. There were many things going on simultaneously yesterday, but yet each one was well attended. People were having fun. People of all ages, I might add.
I think maybe the weather helped us out a little bit. It's not great. 95 and humid, so we've got a little bit better temperature today, and you can see the folks are out for the parade. They've been out for hours. Again, people were setting up early. And as always, we lead off with the police car from the Robbinsdale Police Department. And they've got all sorts of new toys. It's not just a siren anymore. They've got, is that the rumbler? I can't remember the official term, but Chief Franzen inside. It's a chance for the chief to test out how everything works in a car, right?
That's right. Squad cars have sure changed in the last few years. They're going more to the SUV type vehicles, more roomy, more comfortable for them, as well as potential passengers, I assume.
Yes. Those bad guys that might have to be in the back seat. They're right behind the Chesterbird American Legion Color Guard. We thank them for joining us. Their post is located just down the road in Golden Valley, and they always help us out with the colors at the parade. As you can see, folks standing up along the side, paying their respects to the colors as they roll by. And right behind, we have more from the Chesterbird American Legion. We've got their commander with us, and some of their volunteers and staff driving along. And this is a group that, again, like many groups, Mike, that maybe are aging a little bit in their membership, are looking for more people to get involved. So great opportunity to find out more about what a Legion is and how you can get involved.
Yes, and they're all having similar problems, but hopefully a new wave with the desert veterans and things like that.
True.
We'll start getting into it and keep these wonderful organizations going.
Speaking of keeping organizations going, this next guy does just that. This is our Grand Marshal for the Whiz Bang Days Parade 2017, David Bjorkquist. There's David giving some waves. He's been practicing the wave, I know. Mike, tell us a little bit about David and what he's meant for the city of Robbinsdale.
You know, David, in his retirement years, has just been a wonderful asset to the city. He volunteers for virtually everything. He was, of course, quite active in the Historical Society, the Hennepin Gallery, formerly called Hennepin Gallery over there. He's on the Seniors Commission, has chaired it in the past, also was a part of the Heart of Robbinsdale Foundation.
Right.
Just always involved, always active, and gives it his best. When he commits something, you've got a wonderful servant.
And his wife as well, just as devoted to volunteering, so it's a package deal when you get the two of them. So congratulations to David. I know he's been a little humbled with this and not quite sure if he wants to take on this honor, but he has done that for the city, and we thank him for all he has done. Fire department rolling into view, some of their current vehicles, and then back to the old vehicle, and that's got to be a fun ride on board there. And they've even got the Put Me On TV fan right there. So they've been working the crowd, I think. Some of the fire staff. And again, let's talk about the staff. Really, there's only a few staff people. This is a volunteer fire department.
It's pretty much 100% volunteer. We have no full-time firefighters. It's all on call, and you know, they are compensated a small amount hourly, but just the training alone that they have to take takes them a couple of years.
Right.
It takes dedication, time away from your family, and they're just a great asset to the city.
Thank you to all the volunteers. They get a chance to shine up the trucks today and ride through town. You see on one of their earlier trucks, they do have an open house coming up. It's an annual event. It happens on Saturday, August 12th from 11 to 3, I believe, is the time. And the fire station just down the block here off of Hubbard. So make sure you stop by because you think the trucks are neat to watch rolling by in a parade. At that open house, you get a chance to go up and see those knobs up close and personal. And actually, they do a lot of educating there as well. So stop, drop, and roll. I think sometimes the kids actually get to hold onto a hose and try to shoot it at a house. It's really a fun event.
You have other Hennepin County participates in it, the Highway Patrol, different groups. It's a wonderful training program for kids and interesting.
Yes. And for adults, it's a fun time as well because you get to see vehicles like this that you might not know what it does, how it works, but I bet if something happens out in Crystal Lake, they can certainly run over there and take care of things, even the little boat right behind here. And it's not just our city showing off their fire trucks. As you see, we've got some visiting trucks. And Mike, have you ever seen a black fire truck before?
I have not. This is a first for me.
West Metro Tower 1. West Metro, of course, serving the neighbors to the west. So Crystal and New Hope, the combined West Metro Fire District. We thank them for stopping by. And our neighbors to the south, Golden Valley, coming through. They look like they're having a good time in Engine 31.
I might add that both Golden Valley and West Metro, which includes Crystal and New Hope, of course, are part of a group that help each other out here. It's we have agreements with all the cities that if ever there's a big fire, certainly we have, as well as Brooklyn Center, who's going to pass now. It's a mutual aid type thing, and we help them, they help us.
Well, this is the perfect car for the mayor to be in. How about that fancy looking red car there? That looks like a Robin somewhat for our Whiz Bang Parade. That is Mayor Regan Murphy and parts of the family inside the vehicle, it looks like. Tell us about Mayor Murphy and the things he's done for the city of Robbinsdale.
Well, Regan, it kind of makes me feel old because
I wasn't going to say that.
I used to coach him when.
Oh, that's funny.
Coach Little League and basketball and things like that. But Regan's family has a long history in Robbinsdale, and it's nice to see someone like that stay in Robbinsdale, raise his family there, and decide to get involved in politics. Regan took the position running, and I don't think he slowed down.
I think you're exactly right. Certainly spends a lot of time. And these ladies spend a lot of time as well for the city of Robbinsdale. Robbinsdale has a wonderful ambassador program, and what that means is these ladies represent Robbinsdale throughout the state of Minnesota at various parades and celebrations. And this is their last ride, Mike, so hats off to these young ladies for really giving a wonderful year to Robbinsdale.
Yeah, it's a heck of a commitment, not just for the actual ambassadors, but their whole families. And it isn't just showing up at a parade. It's putting the float together, transporting it, and then attending dozens and dozens and dozens of events in other communities.
So as they ride through their last parade, these young ladies are hoping this is their first of many parades. These are some of the junior candidates for the ambassador program. We've got Isabella and Taylor in the convertible there, and their coronation, if you're watching us live, is this Sunday night. It's Sunday night the 9th at about 7 p.m. at Hollingsworth Park. And again, a great program opportunity to serve the city of Robbinsdale. You'll see some of the other candidates throughout the parade. And this is a true staple of the parade, not only this parade, but many parades throughout the area, and a long, long history, as you saw, established in 1906. Let's listen in to the Robbinsdale City Band. We'll tell you more about them in just a second. Robbinsdale City Band. They, of course, perform in many parades in their fancy colored shirts, but they also have the concert band that performs throughout the year. In fact, last night they were out.
I attended that concert, another great performance. The concert band seems to be growing to me.
That is
they
fantastic.
fill the stage now. Unfortunately, their marching band isn't quite as big as it used to be. But
a little tougher to do that marching part
what
of it.
dedication has, and Mike Serber, of course, is their leader, and there is somebody with enthusiasm that just never quits.
Yes,
and
it means a lot to the city.
And the band goes around to different areas and participates in different things. What a wonderful, wonderful representative they are of the city of Robbinsdale.
Hats off to the band. You saw some of the past ambassadors on a fancy old fire truck just a moment ago. Congratulations to those past ambassadors. They're still having fun with the city of Robbinsdale. And right in front of us now, the CCX Media Live truck. And it looks like we've got our sports anchor and announcer of many games here in the area, Jay Wilcox, and Eric Nelson on the other side. One of our reporters doing a fine job every day on CCX Media, but then also here in the parade. And we've got some volunteers handing out some goodies as well. So CCX Media really making their presence known here in the parade. And again, we are just about 10, 11 minutes into the 2017 Whiz Bang Days Parade. Dave Kaiser along with former Mayor Mike Holtz. And Mike, one of the other things we've done this year, and you've seen us handing these out, we've got the Put Me on TV campaign. So if we look at the monitor here, we see some of the folks that are sitting on the sidelines today watching this parade, even some as they were getting ready for the parade. So as folks get a chance to hold up that little sign, take a selfie, they get to join us here on the parade coverage, and also a chance to win some prizes from us. See any familiar faces yet there?
Not yet.
Lots of people from the city of Robbinsdale are out and about, and it appears that most of them have a cell phone, so they can take a selfie here. Very creative photos so far. That one that you just saw a second ago looks like over by Sanborn Park, and again along Lakeshore Drive. There's a perfect picture of the lake behind them. That is just packed over there, Mike. So
it is.
These people that are in the parade better hold on to the candy, because you're going to have to give a lot out at the end of the parade.
That's right. They're stacked pretty deep over there. But what a beautiful ending to the parade.
It's a great spot
To come out of the buildings and then see the lake in the background. It's just beautiful.
And you saw the picture just a second ago at Dairy Queen, another great place, of course, to watch a parade. That's right across the street from us here. So we thank the folks at Dairy Queen, U.S. Bank, allowing us to set things up in this area. Back to the parade. We again are just a few units in the parade, and right now we've got our friends from Copperfield Hill. This is the senior living facility just across the street here, located on 40th and Botano Boulevard, and it looks like they've got their voices tuned up today. Let's listen and see if we can hear some of that fine singing for a minute. Very patriotic crew there today, and again Copperfield Hill just across the way from us here off of Botano and 40th, and some very involved seniors right here in the community, and you'll see them out and about in their bus, many locations throughout town, picking up groceries and just having a good old time. Mike, back to the candidates. This is one of the Miss Robbinsdale candidates, Becky Schiller. She is sponsored by Copperfield Hill, so she gets to follow her sponsors along here. And again, she has already been involved, so the fun doesn't start today for these candidates. They've been involved in many, many things leading up to today's parade.
Right. In addition to some interviews in the previous couple of weeks, starting about Wednesday night and Thursday, of course, they've been virtually at every event, and it's along. Becky, I've known her since before she was born.
Okay.
I'll explain that a little bit. Her mother, who chairs the parade, has been involved for years. Sure. And I remember one year Becky was, her mother was pregnant with Becky, and so she's been around a couple of whiz bangs before.
Well, best of luck to her at the coronation that goes on later tonight. Here are some energetic folks. They are from New Hope Dance. 350 dancers strong, not all making it to the parade today, but they do have quite a few different classes, 3 years old and up. They're a very affordable program, part of the New Hope Park and Rec. Registration will open for new dancers on August 2nd, so if you're interested in learning a few dances and having some fun, as it looks like they are, you can join in the New Hope Dance crew. And certainly folks from Robbinsdale, welcome to head over there and learn a few of those fancy steps. Well, this is a grand tradition we've had, Mike, for a number of years in the Robbinsdale Whiz Bang Days Parade. Is a great partnership with the Aquatennial. And so we have a few of their ambassadors here with us. In fact, we have the captain. Gary is right there, and we've got Cassandra, one of the princesses. And again, this has been a neat partnership, so as we have a royalty program, their royalty comes and pays lots of visits to us.
Absolutely, and they always attend. They send their people throughout the state. They hit just about every community event in the state, I think. Very active group. They've cut their program back a little bit, but still, it's a very nice celebration.
And another great celebration is just down the road, Highway 100 is St. Louis Park. They have their Parktacular event. I believe that happens in June each year. And my guess would be these are their new royalty. And they have some great music going that's making everyone dance along. And even making the members of the Robbinsdale Human Rights Commission kind of dance along a little bit. They are celebrating diversity, and this is, again, a group of volunteers that join a commission in the city of Robbinsdale and make sure human rights are remembered.
Absolutely. And it's a group that's, of course, been around for a long time. Robbinsdale's group is very active, and if try to help people who think they're being denied certain things they're entitled to in housing or whatever it may be. So they're a very active group.
They provide assistance in matters of discrimination and accessibility within the city of Robbinsdale. Well, here is a relatively new business to town, and this trailer was parked in the back of their business throughout Whiz Bang Days, and they had a big concert going on it last night. If you're watching us live again here on Sunday, this is the Wicked Wart. They've really made an impression here in town.
They have, and I keep thinking, when will it end? These brewing companies, but they're starting up all over. I've seen them in outstate Minnesota and small towns. They all seem to be surviving. And but Wicked Wart came in and started to participate in community activities, opens their doors to groups for fundraising and things like that. They're certainly a wonderful addition to our main street.
Let's listen in to the steel drum band from Zura's Shriners. When I hear that sound, it makes the humidity not feel so bad. Steel drums just kind of make you feel a little cooler. Thanks to the Zura Steel Drum Band for joining us today. They are a regular participant in the parade, as is Elam Lutheran Church. They are heading right to their doorstep, which is right here on 40th and West Broadway. And oh my goodness, something just dumped in the middle of the street.
They lost their candy.
There are suckers everywhere now in the middle of West Broadway. Look at that scramble go on. I don't think that was intentional. The trailer's got a little tilt to it, but they are promoting Maker Fun Factory. They have got Vacation Bible School coming up. And again, speak of community partners, this church has been a big partner to the community.
They had a community event yesterday afternoon for a couple of hours, and I ran into a couple of people from Elam last night. It was well attended. They ran out of food, which was great. I mean, it was just hundreds and hundreds of people attended it. And I might add that in the event, we have storms this evening. They've been generous, and Elam will be actually where the coronation will be held in the event it's rained out here.
But we know that's not going to happen. We're going to be fine here. You see the people, and now they are settled down after the candy dump in the middle of the road. Right behind we have the Off-Broadway Music Theater. This is a group that performs each year over at New Hope City Hall and the stage behind the City Hall. And they have got some of their participants out. It looks like it's Beauty and the Beast this summer. The show opens on July 20th. It runs for 3 weekends at Civic Center Park in New Hope. Mike, you're up on all your Beauty and the Beast songs, right? So you could sing along there?
Not very well.
I think you do just fine.
You know, if they moved a little further east, they could be on Broadway.
This is true. All right, we'll keep that in mind for them. Here is a young man that's very familiar to West Broadway. Councilmember Bill Flanagan, and you and Bill were in the running for longest serving, and you decided to say, okay, Bill, go ahead. Tell us about Bill's history with the city.
Well, it would have been, I think he's probably completed 36 years with his recent re-election. Him and I started at the same time, but I dropped out at 32 years.
You said you win,
Thank
Bill.
you.
This is just a great community-connected experience, and I'm thinking of trademarking CCX if nobody's using it, because it's just such a great thing.
Well, there you go. He has been trained very well. Thanks, Bill, for stopping by. Again, Bill Flanagan, a real servant to the city of Robbinsdale, serves in Ward 1. But ask him anything about the city, and I think he knows.
He knows. Plus, his family was from the area, too. Yeah, Bill and Lynn Carlson, who represents Whiz, has shifted a little bit, but those two are kind of anxious to see who survives longer. But Bill's got a long way to go to catch him.
The race is on. All right, a chance to head out here to the lake. That little one enjoying one of those suckers that found its way to West Broadway here. And again, you are watching the Whiz Bang Days Parade right here on CCX Media. Coming live to you on July 9th, right here about 3:30 in the afternoon. And it would be a great afternoon if you're not watching the parade to maybe be out on a boat, and that's what the folks from Edina Realty are encouraging. John Richard is the realtor on board there. There he goes, showing off that shirt. And he's got some goodies to hand out as well. And John is a Robbinsdale resident, so happy to be involved in the parade. You mentioned Robbinsdale Historical Society. How about this young man there, Earl?
Earl's been around a while.
Driving away there. Oh, and Diane over on the other side. And they have kept the history of Robbinsdale alive. And if you go over to the gallery, part of that gallery as well is a historical society, and really some great things to see in there.
Oh, it's wonderful. I still love to drop in. A fun time to drop in for anybody is Friday mornings. Earl and a few people are there with a lot of coffee and talking Robbinsdale and willing to show you some of their exhibits. It's a wonderful place to be, to find out about.
Make sure you have about 3 hours is all I recommend there. All right. Here comes our St. Paul friends. This is the St. Paul Winter Carnival crew, the 2017 royalty family. King Boreas, the Queen of the Snow, and we've got all the wind princesses here joining us. And they are very energetic. Not that we want winter to come right away, but you can see what fun they have at their event.
They certainly do.
Oh, he is taunting each side of the street to be a little louder. We've got our Western crew in front of us here, as you see. There's Molly and Scott making their way down the street. And they've got necklaces by the thousands, it looks like, to hand out to folks. Oh, and our friend, I don't know, this must be from the south that was making all the noise. He's escaped. All right, he's looking at you, Mike. Watch out. He's gonna make you do something here in just a minute. No, he turned the other way.
I finally got that black stuff off my cheek last week.
I haven't seen the Vulcans yet, but watch out. You never know. All right, our South Princesses are doing a great job keeping things rolling there. All right, so head out to the Winter Carnival again as things turn a little colder here. This crew is not thinking of cold. They're thinking of the hot summer and maybe a nice haircut to go along with it. I think this is our crew from Salon Halo, right?
That's right. Again, a small business in downtown Robbinsdale that is, once she got there, she became very active and is a community booster and seems to have a very good business as well.
They are located right in the bottom floor of the Broadway court, so at 41st and West Broadway is where you'll find Salon Halo, right across from the Walgreens Travail, that area. So stop in and say hi to the crew there. Well, we had the Winter Carnival thinking cold. Now we've got these folks thinking cold as well. This is the Armstrong Cooper Youth Hockey Program. And talk about skaters of all ages. And I don't think their season ever ends, Mike. I think they're skating in some form all year long.
I think that's pretty popular. That's pretty much the same with all sports.
True.
If you pick your sport now, whether it be basketball, hockey, it seems like you have a 12-month program.
So they are encouraging more people to get involved in the hockey program. Armstrong Cooper Youth Hockey is their group. Regardless of age and athletic ability, they want you to get out there and learn about hockey skills, game knowledge in a very safe and fun environment. Well, no doubt who this group is, Mike. I think we've got a lion or two or 10,000 here.
Yes, we do.
Someone's been collecting lions to help decorate the car there. We can't even recognize anyone inside because they're so hidden.
They are tucked in. Again, what a wonderful organization. It's been around for 60, 70 years. And again, do so much for the community. Along with some of their national type programs for guide dogs, eyesight, and things like that. They're just a wonderful organization.
And on occasion, you might see a sign out for some spaghetti or some
yes.
type of meal that, again, is not only a great meal, but also a great way to help their organization. So get involved in the Lions if you can. Sacred Heart School, they're coming right down the block from their school located here on West Broadway. Also part of it over on Hubbard. Over 100 years, the church has been here in the area, and the school has been a cornerstone of the area. A lot of these kids involved in activities throughout the area. And you actually see the church itself rolling down the street here right behind. Okay, a model of the church, but
yes.
that is what it looks like.
It's a very good model of the church.
Roof has been taken off. I'm waiting for somebody to pop out of it, but it hasn't happened
It's
yet.
not going to be Father Peterson. I see he's walking.
All right.
But again, just a wonderful facility in Robbinsdale. I might add that a few years ago, of course, they expanded or did some remodeling, and now they have a wonderful gathering area and use it for many events. There's the fellow.
All right,
Lynn
you
Carlson.
mentioned Lynn a moment ago, and Ann rests right there.
Yeah, Lynn, I guess our equivalent of that bunny that never stops, the ever-ready bunny.
Yeah.
And Lynn keeps in, and he is now, I believe, the longest-serving legislator in the Minnesota.
And again, just slipped out of Robbinsdale as far as the area he serves. Ann Rest still serving parts of Robbinsdale, I believe, as a state senator. Right behind Robbinsdale United Church of Christ, and they've got the top of their building rolling along here as well. Little music for the crowd to enjoy here at Robbinsdale's Whiz Bang Days Parade. And they've also got many programs at the church. And oh, are they popular right now because they are handing out the Freezy Pops here. But they are not associated with this guy. This would be Hot Comics, of course, thus the Incredible Hulk we've got going there. Uh-oh, did he get you, Mike?
A little bit.
I ducked just in time. The water came flying. Hot Comics is located off of 36th over by Winnetka in New Hope, and it looks like we've got the Batman looking really good there. And let's see, I'm going out on a limb here. Loki, right? The guy with the curved head that apparently doesn't like Thor. How's that?
I don't have a clue on that one, Dave. I'll trust you.
I can get away with anything, right? All right.
That's right.
So Hot Comics are a great place to find comic books and other things related to comic characters, and obviously they've been gaining some steam here with all of the movies that have been made. All right, here's a new group for the Whiz Bang Parade. This is the middle candidates, so something new this year, the Ambassador Program. And we've got some of our young ladies there, Caitlin, Natalie, and Hannah on board. And sponsored by some of our great local businesses. And again, the businesses play a big part as they help donate a little money to help defray some of the costs that it takes. You see Robbinsdale Police, the Chamber of Commerce, and I'm not sure who the third candidate is sponsored by. Looks like they got a hold of some of the Lions as well from the Lions crew. But good luck to those young ladies as they head down to the coronation later tonight. Well, this makes me kind of feel like the sports season isn't too far away. And maybe some of those sports teams are practicing, but while they're just practicing, these guys are performing. This is the Cooper Hawks dance team. Of course, Cooper High School located right over in New Hope off Winnetka. But a good chunk of Robbinsdale residents would go to Cooper High School. And they're decked out in their orange and white. Getting a big hand from the crowd down the block. They're going to come a little closer into view here, and as they come in, the sun peeks out. A beautiful Sunday afternoon here in the city of Robbinsdale. 69th annual Whiz Bang Parade. All right, they're going to hand out the water there. We'll see if we can get them to stop one more time. Either that or they're going to head over to Dairy Queen. That may be the wise choice. It's a little hot on that pavement there when you're doing gymnastics all the way down the street and dancing away. Another great partner in the royalty programs throughout the metro area is Oakdale, and they have a Summerfest event. And look at their royalty all decked out in the sunglasses here. And they've got the dance going there, very coordinated crew. And some of the folks along the side dance along with that. Robbinsdale area schools coming into view here, and one of the Robbinsdale area schools in Robbinsdale is Lakeview Elementary. And it looks like we have Principal Hall riding along there. Oh, taking selfies there and getting some hugs from the crowd. And some of the supporters there of the schools waving away. Also, Seven Dreams, a great foundation they have through the school district. I even see some of these school board members making their way along. Cheryl up there earlier. There's Patsy. Well, they've got pencils to hand out. Very nice from the school board. Can't go wrong handing out a pencil. Again, Lakeview located here in Robbinsdale. Also Robbinsdale Middle School, which has so much going on. Right behind, Hennepin County Sheriff. Some of their fine staff walking along, driving along, and of course, in their nice boat. And that guy in the white shirt there is another person that's out and about everywhere.
He is. He is.
That's the Sheriff Richard Stanek waving to the crowd here. And obviously they provide a lot of service to Robbinsdale and all of the cities within Hennepin County. And that boat obviously one to possibly head out on some of our lakes and rivers. All right, time for us to be quiet for a minute because here comes one of the loudest groups of the parade and one of the most energetic, as you'll see. This is the Brooklyn Park Lions drum and dance team. All right, they gave us a second here to say a little bit about them. They, of course, come out of Brooklyn Park and sponsored by the Lions, 6th through 12th grades. Here they go. you go, the Brooklyn Park Lions Drum and Bugle Corps. They were about a block away and I couldn't even hear myself think. Outstanding job, a great representative of the community, and again, they bring that We Serve motto of the Lions really to life. All right, here's a fun group, Mike. You got those boxing gloves ready for a little workout. This is Farrell's of New Hope, and these folks are getting in good shape. And there you see the key to their program is punching that bag. They call it the most effective 45-minute workout in the Twin Cities. Just show up and they do the rest. Oh, thank you very much. All right. All right, so we got some bands going and we've got the folks kicking and punching the bag there. What do you think, Mike? Are you ready for that type of a workout?
I don't think so. Maybe a few years ago, but it does look like quite a workout.
Again, they're located in New Hope, just off of 42nd, close to Quebec, that area. Well, here is a fun group from the city of Robbinsdale. It's not every city that has a gardening group, but yes, Robbinsdale does, called the Diggers. And this is just an example of some of the green they bring to town.
Yeah. They're responsible for doing a lot of the landscaping around City Hall, around the Historical Society building, some of the pots up on the West Broadway Main Street area. They're just a wonderful group that help make our city beautiful.
And I think everything on the float looks like it is real, so they know how to even keep it alive in the middle of a parade. And the gal riding the Cub Cadet there is having a great time. You cannot miss that tractor coming down the street. That's how they get those gardens looking so good. It's that powerful tractor that helps out. It
must be.
Schmidt Towing rowing into view. Great business from the area, and they have an important message to pass along with the trailer here. This is Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and they are sharing the mad story of a young lady who passed away and her car. And if you want to find out more, mad.org/MN is the place to find out more. And from that vehicle, we go to one on top of this Schmidt truck that looks like a little bit of Mater from the Cars movies. That's what I'm thinking. I think this is Mater brought to life. How about that?
Wow.
It just needs that face right coming out of the hood there. That is quite the fancy-looking truck. What do you think?
40s, somewhere in the 40s, I'm thinking, or maybe early 50s. But
well, you look at the mechanism there to tow things. Couldn't tow something very heavy.
No, it's got to be 60, 70 years old, I'm sure.
Big Lake rolling in right behind with their ambassadors, and they have Spud Fest in Big Lake. June 21st through 24th, 2018 is when you can celebrate. And the royalty having a good time on board the Potato. I thought the only potato around this area was from Brooklyn Park, but the Big Lake apparently has a potato history as well.
I know Big Lake is surrounded by potato fields. So
okay.
That must be their main crop out there.
You'll learn something every parade. Here comes Brittany, sponsored by the Kiwanis Club. She is one of the ambassador candidates, and again, she'll be heading down towards Hollingsworth Park, where they will have the coronation later tonight, again on this Sunday of Whiz Bang Days. And here is a longtime business, Video Universe, located over in Robbins Center, that if you want to talk about a business that has beat the odds, this is one that has done it. They rent cassettes and DVDs.
And they're still very busy.
Yes.
Yeah, they were the original one in Robbinsdale, and many others in the community have dropped. And they continue in this age of electronics to be a viable business. And
congratulations to them. All right, you know these characters. This is the Minnesota Renaissance Festival. Their activities happen in Shakopee August 19th through October 1st. And that guy is getting a good view of everything here in Robbinsdale, handing out, looks like, passes to all of the tall people in town. And another, and it's a broken record, but there are so many businesses in Robbinsdale that have been here for such a long time. And this is another one, K. Marie and Carol's Dance, located actually right across the street from where we're broadcasting. And they've got the tap shoes out today. How about this, Mike?
Yeah.
Tap shoes almost as loud as some of the drums we've heard.
Yeah, K-Marie and Carol have been around a long time. 40 years ago, when I first started getting involved in whiz-bang events and things like that, K-Marie and Carol and their husbands were deeply involved in planning and carrying out whiz-bang days. So what a wonderful business.
North Memorial rolling into view, and it looks like we've got a little look at the old and the new here as far as the vehicles. I didn't know they had any left that said North Memorial Healthcare on them. So you see the old ambulance there that is getting ready for the update. And then you see the golf cart that has the new logo, North Memorial Health.
They have such a huge fleet of ambulances throughout, not just this Northwest Metro area, but the state of Minnesota as well, that I'm sure it takes time to get every one of them repainted or rewrapped or whatever they do to get the new logos on them.
Well, these logos have not changed for years and years. You see these blue boats coming, and you know it's the Zura Mariners. And they put on quite a show here, so kids step back from the curb. Here they go.
They're a hit wherever they go.
They don't always live by the motto of both hands on the wheel, because when you're making those sharp of corners, you got to have one hand out the side to hold on so you don't tip out. And it may be hard to see in your living room at home, but these boats are moving pretty fast.
For as sharp as they're turning, they're moving very fast.
There they go, off. Heading down towards the lake. Oh, wait a second, they're not done yet. They're coming back. All right, we had to get a squeal of the tires, and I think we officially had the squeal from one of the boats. I think a few hours of practice in that as well to make sure they safely head down the road. And you'll note they've got their trailer that comes about a block or two behind just to make sure everybody stays back enough. ZuraMariners.org to find out more about the fun they have and also the way that they support the Shriners hospitals, one of which is located right here in the Minneapolis area. Let's head across the river to Fridley, and we've got our Fridley royalty joining us. And their event is called Fridley 49ers Days because the city was built in 1949, as the story goes. Macy and Sierra, their royalty this year. Heading along in style. Beautiful float, looks like it is good for daytime as well as nighttime with all those lights on it. Thanks for joining us. Right behind, a couple familiar faces to the council chambers. You might see these guys on TV on occasion with the council meetings. We've got Pat Backen here, and we've got George Selman. They're confusing us by coming out of order here, but that's okay. We know who they are. Tell us about these two characters.
Well, Pat's, I think Pat's probably been on now 8 to 12 years, something like that. He represents 4th Ward, and Pat has always been an active Robbinsdale resident, active in youth sports and things like that, and then decided to run for council, but he's been a wonderful representative for the people of our 4th Ward. And George, as well, active in everything, and ably represents Ward 3 in Robbinsdale.
And they are having fun tossing the candy out, and you've been hearing this noise, and we can feel the heat from that noise. There you see it. It is the Remax hot air balloon. And there's the guy responsible for all that heat. The balloon could not make it today. Wouldn't fit under the Whiz Bang Days banner. But the heat is making it, and you can feel the heat sitting here back on the curb.
I watched Aquatennial parades when they have this down there, and the balloons are literally inches from the skyways and things like that.
Sure.
But it's amazing how much heat that throws.
Yeah, it does. That brought the temperature up about another 10 or 15 degrees here. Here's a great community partner, Community Dental Care at cdentc.org is where you can find them. And of course, if you're a dental business, you have to have a tooth with you. And the dancing tooth is on board. There we go. Brushing away. They are located right up the street from us here off of Baton by Abbott. And they've got some advice for all of us here. Brush your teeth for 2 minutes, twice a day is the word. Something about sharks having unlimited teeth. So sharks have it easy. Get rid of your toothbrush. Oh no. Keep your toothbrush away from the toilet. I think that was pretty common sense, but they do have some advice about that. So if you want to stop by Community Dental Care, you can ask what that sign means. We're going to try to figure it out here. And look at all the volunteers they've got along the side of the road here. And they are handing out, of course, toothpaste. Got some of their volunteers and probably family of staff helping out. And we're about 2/3 of the way through Whiz Bang Days 2017, another grand celebration. And again, our royalty program is so strong. We make a lot of friends throughout the metro, and one of our friends is New Brighton. They've got their beautiful purple float here. And New Brighton known for the stockyards, so of course they have stockyard days. Young ladies waving there, and look at that little guy up at the top. He's holding things down by the wagon wheels. And they've got the nice Western song going as well. Right behind is Beacon Academy. They're located over in Crystal off of 34th and Louisiana. Charter school serving students K through 8. And they're opening their new location in Crystal this September. So keep your eye out for Beacon Academy opening a new spot. And they're getting mixed in here with, I can't tell where Beacon ends and softball begins, but this is quite a softball program. The Golden Valley softball program has been around for years and years. A lot of dedicated adults here, established in 1974. So if you have a young lady who wants to learn about softball and just have some fun during the summer, this is a place to do it. And Robbinsdale residents get a chance to be a part of it on a regular basis. Oh, watch out, it's picture time for you, Mike. Make sure you smile. All right, and some of our Robbinsdale business friends must have youngsters involved in the program there. And sneaking right into the back of the softball is our McDonald's crew, so they are sponsored by local McDonald's. From the sport of softball to the activity of baton twirling, this is the Edina Baton Twirlers. You see their banner in front with information on board, and look at the various ages here getting involved in twirling that baton. Little known fact, Mike, I know I can say this on TV, my wife, very accomplished baton twirler in her high school days. How about that? So she's probably looking out there going, yep, I know that trick, or boy, that's a new one. How do they do that?
I've never figured it out. I've watched some of them perform at half times of like Viking games, things like that.
Right.
It is just amazing that you can do that.
And again, look at the young ones there. Not only twirling the baton, there it goes up in the air, but some dance poses along the way. Right behind, we have a big banner there that's being held on to. He's doing a fine job holding on. This is the Big Picture Twin Cities. It is a school coming to Brooklyn Center. I believe they are going to be located at Cross of Glory Church along Brooklyn Boulevard. So they're letting people know they're now enrolling grades 6th through 8th, bigpicturetwincities.org to find out more about their school coming to the area. And they've got some very dedicated volunteers along the sides of the street handing out, looks like some more suckers. Definitely the sweet tooth getting taken care of today in Robbinsdale. Well, if there's any candy left on the street, it's going to be trampled now, because here comes the unlimited next level drum and dance performing arts crew. And again, the drum's a couple blocks away, but they're going to take over. So let's listen and watch, and we'll tell you more about them in just a second. Unlimited Next Level Drum and Dance Performing Arts. They've been around since 2005, a great community youth group, traveling to many states, many parades and competitions. And we thank them for being with us. Founded in 2012, or founded in 2005. Mr. Stephen Graham, very involved, who has since passed away in 2012. So thanks to their group for joining us. Well, here's a business in town that, again, has been around forever. Check off that list for Robbinsdale, and also great community partner. Tell us about Citizens Independent Bank.
Well, when I think of Whiz Bang and the kickoff to Whiz Bang, I always think of the Citizens Bank Ice Cream Social.
Yes, right.
Again, another successful one this year, and a wonderful community bank that serves the community well and delivers good banking needs, but also very involved in the community.
Thanks to their crew, Mark driving the car there, and lots of their staff rolling along. Right behind, we've got CRI Custom Remodelers. Our camera got up close and personal there. I thought that dog was going to jump right through the car there into the lens. They have free estimates on siding, windows, roofing, and gutters, as you see, and probably have been busy with some of the weather we had here in the past month or so. And we thank that local business for joining us today. Again, you're watching the 2017 Robbinsdale Whiz Bang Days Parade right here on CCX Media. Proud to be a part of a lot of these parades throughout the area. And proud to bring you a look at some of your neighbors, including King of Grace Lutheran School, the Knights. They're located in Golden Valley, just off of 100 and Duluth Street. And you see the Knight right there, riding along with some of those big, big books. What do you think, Mike? Get through that science book in a day or two?
It would take a while.
That might be a couple years of study at King of Grace to get through that book. Again, great community partner here. They're tossing out some candy as well. All ages involved in that school. And you can go to kingofgraceschool.com to find out more as they build young leaders. Uh-oh. Parade gets a little long for some of us, doesn't it there? So somebody has found that wagon to be very comfortable. And here's a comfortable ride. Look at these guys here. They're feeling very proud of their Knightmobile there. A Delmont 88. They better watch some of the bumps here, Mike, on the roads, because that thing rides pretty low, doesn't it?
That is a very low riding car.
I don't think they make them like that anymore. Thanks again to our friends from King of Grace School to join us. Right behind, we've got the soccer players coming into view. This is Crystal Robbinsdale United. Soccer players of all ages. Sporting their jerseys there. They're probably in the midst of their summer season. And as you look at them march into view, I look down West Broadway, and we're just packed up and down West Broadway today. Again, Mike, just a wonderful turnout today for the parade.
It is. It's a beautiful day and a wonderful crowd.
And many come to see these characters. This is the Sioux Voodoo group. They have become a yearly favorite for the Whiz Bang Days Parade, a student drumline from Canada. So they're reaching out a little further. All with letters there in the back. Let's see if they work around and spell something for us here. Let's just relax and listen to the beat for a minute.
They're from Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
That was my memory of where they came from, but their printed information says Canada, so I guess South Dakota's not that far away from Canada, right? So.
Oh, but they've been a fixture in this parade now for quite a few years and very popular.
And we've got some royalty coming into view. This is from the city of Brooklyn Park. We've got Jamie, one of their ambassadors, riding a very, very, very nice vehicle. And the family, of course, behind to help everyone through the parade. Brooklyn Park, of course, has Tater Days, which happens in June each year, one of our favorite parades here in the Northwest suburban area. Scandinavian Summerfest. Sven's Skarnesdag is their event. Those days happen in summer. June 24th at Minnehaha Falls is the 2018 event. And their royalty looking very comfortable as they head through the parade today. All right, we've got another old-time vehicle making its way in, but right before that, we've got a group from Hennepin County. They're promoting their child and teen checkups. They help families throughout the area and have great community resources for medical and dental needs. And you can give them a call. We saw our local Lions through. We've got some neighboring Lions join us. These are the Brooklyn Center Lions. And their club does a lot for their area, very involved in Earl Brown Days and some of their activities. So we thank them for being with us. And we've got Mike Freiberg marching in a view here. He is the state representative for our area. He's got the Twins cap on there and some of his family members involved in the fun.
Personally, I was disappointed when we lost through redistricting Lynn, but Mike got elected, and Mike hit the ground running and is a wonderful representative. Very active, is out amongst his constituents, getting their answering their concerns and questions, and he's turned out to be a wonderful representative for the citizens of Robbinsdale.
Thanks, Mike, for joining us, and if he doesn't watch out, he's going to get into this very active group. And the pace is going to be picked up a little bit, and we caught them in a water break here. My guess would be from the colors, this is the Cooper dance team, the cheerleading team. Take that back, the cheerleaders from Cooper. They're going to get a quick water break. We're right at the corner here of West Broadway and 40th, where they take a turn and head across Botano. So on occasion, the cars stack up here, so they're very happy they're stacked up so they can get a little break. I think we're going to get the water pass back up. Even the water handoff is organized here for the Cooper cheerleading team. All right, here we go. Last water bottle heading in. Let's see if we can get him into one more cheer for us. All right, they're organizing here. There they go. They're getting ready for the football season, which, okay, it's a long ways away, but we'll kind of be here before you know it. We thank them for joining us today. They're giving those last waves to the camera. Right behind those, speaking of the school year, Mike, ever had that urge to drive a school bus? Because there seems to be a few jobs open in the school bus driving field.
I've never seen so many advertisements. You know, over the years, school districts have kind of gotten away from having their own buses and things like that. So some of these companies, like this one and others, have to take over, and it takes an awful lot of bus drivers. And with flexible schedules,
exactly.
Might add. So.
Well, look at some of those signs on the bus. So they are obviously trying to do their best to attract you with dollars per hour, a signing bonus. It's like you're going to the NFL, Mike, here.
My gosh, yes.
This is AmericanTrans.com is the place to find out more about them. And if you would like to drive a bus, again, one of the many opportunities around. This is how some of the folks from Redeemer Lutheran School get around, the preschool and church right here in Robbinsdale. Been there for many years. They've got their van and some of their folks handing out goodies along the way. Preschool looking for youngsters to enroll there. And they're handing out some of their literature about the church as well. Right there off of 142nd. Yeah, we've got some of our VFW officers here. Not that one right there, though. Marge is riding along there. Thanks to her for joining us from the VFW Auxiliary. Here we've got some clowns rolling into view. This is the Aqua Jesters, Mike, and they're ready to give you a little hair trim there. I always stay away from the guy with the scissors, but the purple little car, that would be a blast to drive that baby around. Look at that, there you go.
I can't imagine the number of parades and events and smiles they've brought to eyes of children.
You bet.
Over the years. They've been around a very, very long time.
And can't miss the red Jeep as it rolls along. We've got the puppeteer on top. Oh, look at that. We've even got somebody walking their skunk today in our parade. I'm sure the kids love that clown. No one running out to greet the clown with the skunk, unfortunately. That's so. We got the nose plug, the clothespin on the nose there, just to stay away from that baby. All right, and hopefully not too smelly for this next group. Skunk is fur enough up. Here comes Rockin' Rogers. They have a grand event that happens, I believe, each year in June. they've got the jukebox on board there, and even the bubble machine is going this year. Quick ride up the freeway. You can join in their fun, and yes, it does happen each year in June. You can find out more at rockinrogersdays.com. Right behind that royalty group, we've got some scouts that would like you to join in. Their motto, do your best. This is pack 289. Mike, looks like they've got the tent all set to go, and something's cooking there.
They're ready
at the campground. How about for you, scouting a marshmallow that big in your past, Mike?
Not that big. We had the small ones. What a wonderful program. I'm not sure where this one is out of. There's a couple of Cub Scout packs in Robbinsdale, but it's a wonderful program and continues to be. It's been there for years.
Columbia Heights joining us with their royalty. Welcome to their princesses and their queen. Jasmine on top there, waving away. Columbia Heights again right across the river. Has a great festival each year. They encourage you to come over and join them. And proudly noting that they are an all-American city. Right behind these folks are promoting crime prevention. This is the Robbinsdale Crime Prevention Association, established all the way back in 1987, Mike. And again, residents from the area that want to make sure things stay safe and people know what they need to do if they see anything.
Yeah, they're responsible for promoting neighborhood programs, watch programs, along with our police department, and get the word out to the citizens. Encourage them neighbors to always keep an eye out for neighbors and neighborhoods, and report anything that seems amiss.
And they'll be busy during National Night Out, no doubt. That comes up beginning of August, the first Tuesday in August. I think it might be the first this year, so contact City Hall. And if you're not in Robbinsdale, contact your local cities to find out more about National Night Out and Night to Unite. This is Art Cars of Minnesota, and they do have a tie here to Robbinsdale. Every day is a parade for these cars, so it doesn't matter if there's a parade. They're having fun driving around. And look at some of the looks here, Mike. What do you think? You like the tile look for your car maybe next year?
I'm not into that. Some of the others look pretty good, though.
How about this little bug coming up here? This has been under a paintbrush for a little while. We've got little fairies going on there. The gnome has tipped over there and is chuckling. Oh, Elf Gal is the name of that car on the plate there. Very, very nice. How about this one here? I can't quite tell what we've got going here. It almost looks like we've got chess pieces.
It looks like chess.
Oh, and it's games, so it's dominoes? Sure.
Scrabble.
How about that? Well, that obviously, if you have a little rust on your car, you can take care of it with a domino here, a domino there. All right, this one's no doubt. This is the Music Barn. musicbarn.com. So they've got cows going over the moon and tractors, a little bit of everything there. And how about this one here, Mike? Obviously a San Francisco 49er fan on board somewhere there. But my guess would be maybe the family has had a little fun decorating it.
Yeah, looks like the Golden Gate Bridge. It is probably San Francisco.
Oh, and there's Francine. She decks out her bike. Look at that. She's going to make a circle here just to show off this bike a little bit more. Very nice, Francine. All right, and not just the bikes and cars here, but we've got trucks all decked out. All right, we've got a Chalkboard race truck. All right, so they want to know if you've got chalk. Apparently you can go out there and color on the truck. Is that how it works?
It looks like it. It's some kind of a paint that will allow chalk to...
All right, that sounds fun. We'll have to find out where that's parked. All right, we've got one of the minions hanging out. I hope it's not driving, though. That would be a little worrisome here. This, again, more of our Art Cars of Minnesota crew. So this apparently a big fan of the Despicable Me movies. I was born to be different is the motto on that truck there. And yeah, okay, I can go along with that. But different is okay. You know, we've got another bike going through. This bike has fur on it here. And it looks like their own cut up license plates there. The license plate on the back of that bike was Spaz. We'll leave it at that. And how about that van right there? We're getting close up and now a little further back. Look, that one's looking like some waves. What do you think there, Mike? It's the Van Gogh 6 is the license plate on that van.
Yeah. It looks like that club has grown in the last few years.
I agree. Mike's quiet over here getting some ideas for his car, so watch out there in the Holtz household. You may have a good-looking vehicle coming up here. All right, so we've seen a little bit of everything. You see the one we've seen for years, a lipstick car coming up here close, but look at this one. We're going to get right on the dashboard. Here we go. What do you think there, Mike? We've got every sorts of sea creature going on there.
Ducks, little rubber ducks. You got...
Well, every day is a parade for that car, as you can see. Somebody's having fun. We've got little heads there stuck to the side. I see one of the little trolls.
Got everything in there.
Oh, Barbie and Ken are riding along the back, stuck to the back. A few Pez dispensers. So I think everything out of that toy drawer that you didn't know what to do with, they stuck on their car. All right, and here comes the lipstick car, of course. Patty not driving this year, but is riding in the back, of course. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Mike, no, what did you do? You told her to stop, didn't you?
Thanks,
you
Patty.
You did ask her to stop, and she stopped. And, of course, you've got enough lipstick to last 100 parades there, so there she goes.
Yeah, Patty's got some Robbinsdale connections.
Yes.
Was with the art gallery for a long time, and I think she developed the lipstick car when she was here in Robbinsdale.
And they have got quite a following now with lots of cars and trucks and even bikes and a four-wheeled thing to go along there. Well, here's a fun tradition of the Whiz Bang Parade. This is a chance for all of the royalty to ride back through, but as you see, and as Mike mentioned earlier, it's not just the royalty that give a lot to this program, but it's the parents, and so this is some of the family members riding on board.
They spend a whole year of doing things and having meetings, raising money, going to parades. There's hundreds and hundreds of hours each family spends doing that.
And it sounds like the speaker system, probably donated by EMI, is working very well. EMI, Citizens Independent, Heart of Robbinsdale, and North Memorial, some of the great sponsors of the Whiz Bang float. So there you see the royalty with their last ride through, and that means it's time for coronation, which happens tonight if you're watching us live on the Sunday. That happens at 7, and then 10 o'clock, the fireworks. Well, Mike, we've done it again, a fantastic Whiz Bang parade, and the rain held off. Who could ask for more?
It was a beautiful day, great crowds, a nice parade. Who can ask for anything more?
And as you see, Mike did get it here. Patty did get a little bit too close, so sorry, Mike, there. We don't have any wet wipes here to help you out. He's got the button on, too, so a lot of these buttons around town showing their support for the city of Robbinsdale. So, Mike, thank you very much for being with us once again.
My pleasure.
Outstanding job. We'll keep the seat for you here next year, all right?
All right.
Fair enough. And we thank the viewers for watching, and again, part of the fun in today's parade as we look back out to the street and see some of the police vehicles going through. Great job for them for helping us keep safe along the parade today. These folks have been busy taking their own pictures, part of our Put Me on TV program, and you saw even the Robbinsdale royalty getting in on the act. And so this is our chance to look the opposite way at the people that have lined West Broadway and Lakeshore Drive and even 40th here to watch the parade. They all got their cameras out and took selfies along the parade route. Oh, even that's an A+ because it got the CCX truck in their picture as well. But again, a lot of folks taking pictures out there today. Thanks for being involved in our parade. Back out to the street, one last look at the police department riding back by as they have kept things safe throughout the parade today. Once again, for Mike Holtz, I'm Dave Kaiser. Thanks for joining us on the parade. Enjoy the rest of Whiz Bang Days and more parades throughout the summer right here on CCX Media. We hope you can join us. Thanks to the crew, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.